when the weight of hundreds of years of rhetoric come thundering through your room, rip the mantle to ruins, the foundation you stand on loosens to the point of crumbling, all you can do is, there's a space between my skin and the air that screams grating and coarse, screams red-eyed and shaking. And there are people much paler than me shrugging and hailing cabs and getting job interviews. Sometimes I choose not to speak. Sometimes the professor tosses the word nigger in the wind and expects me not to point it out. Being black, being queer, being woman, being other means gripping at your esophagus with hard nails, and yanking shut means don't cry until you get home. There's a unique kind of sadness that comes with being hated without reason, that comes when hate turns into cloak, into lover, into a rational decision to make. Sometimes people tell you to grow the fuck up, take a joke, let it go like a 2x4 bashing against the shins. People tell you fag and dyke and cunt and nigger don't mean what they mean when they suck the blood out of your cheeks. There are days we wake up and then we recoil at our mistake. Not all suicides are revolutionary. Most happen when the want and the need are no longer familiar with each other. When the space between your skin and the air lengthens until the earth feels distant, until you realize this world is not yours, that millions of years have transpired and you are still waiting for a breath of fresh air, looking at slideshows in history class full of dead bodies that look like yours, nooses around throats that smoke like yours. The time for breaking becomes now the time for building has passed, and somehow, in some twisted way, this is the best you'll ever feel about living. I wish there was a happy ending for this. Some rise to action, leather boots and picket signs, but right now there is only the lead in my stomach from each time I bit the bullet. There are people on this planet so bright and shiny who held the pens and the swords too, and then expect me to not be bitter. There are people who will hear this poem and cringe, then scoff, then walk away. I'm still standing here, sifting through the rubble, stumbling on the stones.
Stay tuned in. The next episode will begin soon. You have just heard another great and powerful message for our Black community. Brought to you by John Henry Media Network in the United States of America. This is the place for you, your family and friends to hear educational messages and music from other very important Black people to help build a stronger and more revolution-ready Black America. Your message will awaken another sleeping giant. So, contact us today at jahu.enterprises@yahoo.com. I say again, that's jahu.enterprises@yahoo.com. Get your music or message heard by millions for another generous donation today.
The sun is shining.